next one is the student visa. It allows an individuals, especially students, to study abroad. Student visa allows a student to work inside the campus for at least 20 hours per week. But it's only during break time only. And if you're a student who wants to get a student visa, these are the process you need to follow. First, apply for a study program. Second, gather all your documents. Third, pay all your visa bills. And last, attend all your visa interviews. And the next one is the refugee visas and asylum visas. Asylum and refugee visas are special legal protection to those people who left their home country and are afraid to return within that country. Refugee visa authorizes all the individuals to stay in a foreign state because if they are being persecuted from their own country. And there are types of the refugees. They are the migrants, asylum seekers, and the stateless persons. Migrants. These are the people who migrate from another country to another to have a better life conditions. Second is the asylum seekers. These are the people who seek a legal protection from another country. And last, the stateless persons. These are the people who are being denied from their own basic rights like basic education, basic health insurance, and basic marriage. And there are also countries who are best for refugees, refugee resettlement rather. And there are the Germany, US, Sweden, and Brazil. Refugee visa takes up to 12 to 18 months on process. The next one is the transit visa. It's a type of visa issued by a country that allows an individual to travel through the territory for a period of time, usually not exceeding for 17 hours. Who is eligible for the transit visa? All individuals who are transiting from their country to another and can provide enough proof of such travel plans by way of valid ticket for their onward journey. And there are also 8 countries that doesn't need a transit visa. And these are the Austria, Belgium, Denmark, and Estonia, and many more.
So now let's proceed to e-visa. E-visa, also known as electronic travel authorization, is a digital version of traditional visa that's obtained online. The process typically involves applying to official government website, providing the necessary information, and paying the required fees electronically. Once approved, the e-visa link to the traveler passport, eliminating the need for physical stamp or label. Traveler may present their e-visa confirmation at the board of the entity to gain access to the country for the specified duration or purpose that indicated at the visa. So, here in the Philippines, we offer various types of visa, but as of January 2022, it had not implemented an e-visa system. However, immigration policy can change, so it's better to check the latest information at the Philippine Bureau of Immigration or the nearest Philippine embassy. So, let's give a scenario on how e-visa works. For example, you are a type of person who had a busy schedule and you cannot process your visa physically, so you may apply your visa through online, process all the application and documents while doing your work. So now let's proceed to our last type of visa, which is visa on arrival, or also known as MOVA. It allows travelers to obtain their visa upon arriving at their destination entry point. Typically, travelers apply for and receive their visa upon arriving at the airport or crossing boarding after presenting a required documents such as valid passport, photographs, visa fees, and any other supporting paperwork. Once approved, the travelers may present the visa on arrival ticket to gain access to the country for the specified duration and purpose that indicated at the visa. This type of visa is typically beneficial for those people who have difficulty applying their visa, or for those people who had a short-term travel plan. So let's give it a so there are several countries around the world that offer visa on arrival such as Thailand, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. So let's give an example of how visa on arrival works. For example, we have an emergency meeting with your client or with your clients abroad and you cannot process your visa physically. So you can apply for visa on arrival to reduce your minimize your time while processing your visa.
Which means the act of control of regulated in areas in the Philippines, or in the other word, it is a process by which people migrate to the Philippines to reside in a country. Generally, foreign nationals who wish to enter in the Philippines require a visa unless the first one is if he or she a member of a citizen association of Asia. So these are the countries which belongs in Southeast Asia, such as Brunei, Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, and lastly is dela. And the second one is the Asia. So these are the people that is not belonging to national citizens or people who has living in India, China, and South Korea. And the last one is the abellanosa. It is a Filipino citizen who has been continuously out of the Philippines in a period of at least 1 year, or the people who has been traced back their ancestry to the Philippines or previous residents outside the country. So now let's go on the two categories of Philippine Immigration Act. The first one is the non-immigrant visas. This is a type of entry visa that allows citizens in a certain country to visit the Philippines temporarily. Furthermore, this is a type of visa that gives foreigners the privileges of staying in the country without obtaining a permanent residence. And the last one is the immigrant visas. So these types of visas are granted to non-citizens whose countries migrate, whose country grants permanent residence and immigration privileges to stay.
And now, these are the 5 different visas that we can consider when thinking about visiting and moving to the Philippines. The first one is a tourist visa or a temporary visitor's visa. A tourist visa is a short-term visa which is issued if visa required foreigners will enter the Philippines for tourism, sightseeing, medical treatment, conducting business, and attending cultural, academic, and sports events. The tourist visa in the Philippines will allow the applicant to stay up to 59 days. And if you want to extend your permit, you must visit the office of the Immigration Bureau in the Philippines and submit your application for extension at least 7 days before your current visa expires. And the second one is the non-immigrant visa or the NIV. The NIV is issued to person with permanent residence outside the United States but wishes to stay in the United States for temporary basis like leisure, business, temporary work, and study as example. The type of non-immigrant visa needed is defined by the immigrant law and related to the purpose of the travel. And the third one is non-quota immigrant visa. A non-quota immigrant visa is a type of visa that granted to certain individuals who are related to Filipino citizens or former Filipinos who have acquired foreign citizenship. And the fourth one is the quota limited visa. A quota limited visa is
privilege class and hassle-free visa for those frequent business traveler and retirement visa for those elderly who need special care for special needs. And if you are SRRP holder, you are also eligible to work, study, and invest. And here's the type of visa that are available in the Philippines. The first one is the non-immigrant visa. Under the Section 472 of the Philippines Immigration Act of 1940 as amended, allows the President to admit as non-immigrant foreign nationals who are coming for temporary period only under the condition as you may prescribe. And your visa validity will last between 3 months and 10 years and you mentioned not. And these are the example of the non-immigrant visa. A for business, pleasure, and health. B a transit. C seaman in the ship docking on the port of the entry in the country. And D for a business, foreign nationals, and E for the students, and F for the pre-arranged employees that in their descendants. And the second one is the immigrant visa. At the immigrant visa is a type of visa that granted non-citizens whose country granted permanent residence and privileges, immigrant privileges to Filipinos, which means they can live and work in the country without any right limitations.
Special visas. What is special visas? Special visas refer to specific type of visas that are designed to accommodation individual with unique circumstances or qualifications. There are five types of special visa in the Philippines. First, SRRP or special resident visas. Typically, it depends on the type of visas that is granted to individual who makes substantial travel investment in the economy. These visas categories is often to attract foreign investors and stimulate the economy. The second is SPEG or Special Visa for Employment Generation. It's a type of visas designed to attract individuals or business that are permitted to create a job in the economy. The focus is on stimulating the economic growth and stimulating the unemployment. The third one is SRRE or Special Resident Retirees Visa. It's a program in the Philippines to attract retirees holders. Program in the Philippines offers immigrant status and with privilege and various benefits. The fourth is SNIP or Special Non-Immigrant Status. It refers to various visas categories in different countries. Typically, these visas are designed to specific purpose and do not need the permanent residency. And lastly, for special employment visas for offshore companies that apply universally. However, certain countries, especially those with a strong offshore financial sector, may have specific visas or working permit program in individual working in banking.
So now, we're gonna talk about why do we need visa to travel. Visas are required for international travel to regulate entry into and stay in the country. They serve as a way for a country to assess and control those who enter its borders. Visas also help governments to manage security, track visitor numbers, and ensure that travelers comply with immigration laws and regulations. Different visas also serve various purposes such as travel, tourism, business, education, and employment. Each country establishes their own visas, depend, and these depend widely on factors such as the traveler's citizenship, the duration and the purpose of the trip, and any other specific agreement between countries. While visas sometimes be seen as an inconvenience, they play a crucial role in maintaining national security, regulating immigration, and facilitating legal travels for millions of people. For example, our country, the Philippines. There are 217 countries that can enter the Philippines visa-free for a maximum period of 59 days, 30 days, 14 days, and a minimum of 7 days. Likewise, other countries have visa requirements for Philippine holders. As of November 2020, Filipino passport holders can enter 37 countries without visa, and 35 countries issue e-visa upon entry, and 26 countries can issue BOA or visa on arrival. Moving on to when do we need visa? We typically need visa when we plan to travel for a foreign country for a purpose other than tourism or business. The specific circumstances where we might need the visa depends on our destination and our own citizenship. Here are some circumstances where we might need the visa. First is tourism. Many countries require tourist visa if we plan to stay for an extended period of time. Second is business. If we are traveling for business purposes such as to attend meetings, conventions, and training sessions, we need to apply for a business visa. Third is work or employment. If we are planning to work abroad or in a foreign country, even for a short period of time, we need to apply for a work visa or work permit. Fourth is study or education. If you intend to pursue an academic program such as a degree or a language course, you need to apply for student visa. Fifth is transit visa. Some countries require travelers to have a transit visa if they have layovers that extend a certain period. Lastly, family or medical reasons. Visas are required if we are traveling with family members, have medical treatment, and any other specific reason. It's very important to research the visa requirements for your specific destination and circumstances, and make sure that you allow enough time to apply and obtain the necessary visa before we go to travel. Okay.
And now, let's proceed to our next discussion. Our next discussion is all about why do certain countries have visa restrictions. Some countries believe that having visa restrictions can be able to help them to check and control the flow of every individual that is coming in and out within their countries. So, and most especially, they wanted to prevent illegal immigrations and other criminal activities that possibly happens within their country. For example, individuals may attempt to travel to a country with a better economic opportunities in order to work there illegally. And it seems like the TNT, otherwise known as the tago ng tago, that is very popular here in our country, the Philippines. Because some of our fellow Filipino people do that abroad. Because they believe that they can get so much opportunities there and also get higher salary. By the way, TNT happens when someone still there for that particular country but their contract is already ended. However, some countries do not require visa. To become more specific, these are Canada and Germany because they believe that they are not seen as illegal potential illegal immigrants. Thank you.
Now let's proceed to how do we apply for a visa. Applying for a visa typically involves a few steps. First, you need to identify which type of visa you need for your purpose of travel. Second, fill up the application form accordingly. Third, gather all the necessary documents such as valid passport, photographs, financial statement, travel itinerary, and any other supporting paperwork that support your travel, visa travel. So, fourth, interview. Applying for a visa typically involves an interview. If pay this, of course, you need to pay your application fee. After gather all the documents and application form, wait until it processes. Processing time may vary depending on which country you are going to and what type of visa you're applying to. And please do remember that requirements and procedure may differ depending on what country you are going to and which type of visa you are going to.
Last but not the least, what are the requirements for a visa? Each country has its own visa application form, has application requirements. Make sure to check with your destination country's appropriate government website to find out. Many countries also have inadmissibility guidelines when it comes to issuing visas. Potential visitors may be deemed inadmissible if required. For example, they have criminal history, have a serious financial problem, have a serious health problem, and more. So, what are the requirements for applying a visa? As Magbanua said earlier, we have different types of visa. But our point here is what exactly the requirements for applying a visa. Requirements typically include filling out the visa application form, providing your passport, for stamping if required, and additional documents such as your flight itinerary, a hotel booking, and letter of invitation. When we get visa, we have different requirements. For example, student visa. The requirements to get student visa is a completed application form, a valid passport, recent passport,